Alright, so it's coming from next part over, green curly kale. You guys are going to get it actually in flats, similar to this. It's going to come in bunches. It's beautiful stuff. So what we're going to do is, in the way the recipe's spec'd, is that this really fibrous bottom part here that's really woody is what we're going to discard. So I'm just going to take my knife off where the leaves aren't growing on the stems. That's really, really woody stuff. You guys can feel that. The rest of the stuff is really good. You're going to roll it up, and you're just basically going to barely nick the kale, and you're going to cut it in thin ribbons. The recipe card is actually going to have to bring it all the way to the very top. Once you dress it, it's going to wilt a little bit.
Packed or not packed?
Not packed, just right on top. You should never really pack anything.
This is going out Thursday, Chris?
Thursday, yep. Alright, so that's up to the line, that's 5 quarts. Okay. Put this in a bowl. Tablespoons, measuring cups. Where they go? Right here? Thank you. So it's 4 tablespoons or a quarter cup. Check the recipe. I hate putting measurements in the video because then nobody checks the recipe. We're just going to toss this to coat everything in lemon juice. There's no salt in here whatsoever. So the actual mushrooms themselves and the dressing, the tarragon miso is salty. So these are more of just cutting it with acid. So go back into your third pan. And by the time service starts, this is going to wilt down to 4 quarts. All right? That's your kale salad bread. So this is the frying of the blue oyster mushrooms. So you're going to get a flour dredge kit. And in here is going to be flour, a bunch of spices, and salt. So if you can see any colors in here, which you might, you need to just shake it up really good first until you don't see any distinct colors in there. It should be all one homogeneous color, right? You have quarts of buttermilk you're going to put in a clean third pan. Then you're going to get cases of flats of mushrooms.
Oh yeah.
These are blue oyster mushrooms from Rhode Island Mushroom Company. Alright? So we should use 100% of this. Alright? And we should peel it almost like an artichoke. So when you pull off a piece, you should go all the way down the face. Bring the buttermilk. So I'm just peeling it down. So I'm not wasting any of this. It's all really young stuff.
Chris, do we watch those when they come in?
We should watch these, yeah. Don't ruin the mushroom.
How are we getting them again?
Flats just like this, yeah.
We need to watch the tail.
Yeah, you should watch the tail. Alright, so almost done peeling. So there, that's the last piece. I used every piece of it, right? So now it's going in the buttermilk. It could be a quick dip in the buttermilk, 10, 15, 30 seconds, or it could sit in here for a couple minutes if you're queuing some stuff up, right? You can also queue some of the stuff up in the dredge, and if you're really busy just at lunchtime, you could probably batter some on a sheet pan and be dropping them. But it shouldn't be like 2 hours worth. You should probably queue up like 10, 15 orders, frying them up, and then somebody else is queuing up a sheet pan and dropping, right? So I'm gonna have 2 hands. One's a wet hand and one's a dry hand. So I'm gonna take it out of the buttermilk, all the extra come off. I'm gonna put it in there and I'm gonna scoop the flour on top of it. So I'm not touching it wet, but it's I'm touching it after it's been put in the flour. All right. And from there, I'm just gonna shake these in my hand to get the extra flour off. All right, then we got dredged mushrooms. This is gonna go right in the fryer. Check the recipe for how long. I'll show you these when we come back. All right, guys, if this just came out of the fryer for the exact amount of time, make sure it hangs in the basket for about 15 to 20 seconds to make sure all the excess fry oil drips off of it. And after that, it needs to go either in a 6-pan or a third pan, metal third pan, lined with a seafold, or on a sheet pan with parchment paper, so the rest of the oil drains off the flour. It's really, really important that you set your timer and use your timer. If not, it's either going to be not crispy, or you're going to overcook it and burn the spices in the whole thing. So make sure you refer to the recipe. Set your timer. These guys.